Welcome to Joke Wranglers, where we put jokes through a mangle. I'm your host, as always, Sam Joseph, and we're here again for episode 4 with two amazing teams of comedians. We're very lucky to have both Sydney May and Sam White,
Hello.
Oh.
and Willow Marler and Amalia Fuadi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yay! Goodness me, it's on to show 4. It's clearly it's we're on an upward trend. It's kind of linear, right? We went from 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and it's going to probably continue linear in terms of. I mean, maybe the audience is flat at like 2. I don't know. We've had at least some downloads, so it's all to play for. He said. But yeah, so we've got this joke wranglers. I mean, with 3 episodes, which obviously you've already listened to, and you're excited to see this week's teams of 2 comedians. Put their jokes through a mangle and try and wrestle with the different 10 rounds of challenges that we have. And yeah, do I often say other things here? I think I've lost my notes. That's probably reasonable. Anything else to explain? Yeah, there's 10 rounds. They're all different joke challenges, which I will explain. And the teams will have 90 seconds, and they'll be sort of conferring offline and coming up with the best jokes they possibly can. And then the host, that's me, will be kind of judging the different offerings, and teams can win points, and at the end we'll tot up the total. For no particular reason at all, apart from apparently you have to do these sorts of things. But also, there's a way to get bonus points, and it's that I've also come up with jokes, or well, comedy tinged sentences, probably jokes is a strong word, for each of the rounds. And if anyone gets close enough to one of my jokes, then they will get a bonus point. So everything to play for. If you're all ready, teams, we'll start with round 1. Fantastic. Lots of we're great with the dead air. It's like people say you shouldn't have dead air, but I'm like, can't we just slow down for a minute in this hectic life? You can have a little pause. Come on. Anyway, and of course, no expense has been spared on the incredible AI music that we'll be having during the 90-second deliberation time. But round 1 is Idiom Wrangler, in which the host, that's me, is going to reveal an idiom, right? And then the teams will have 90 seconds to write the funniest original joke that uses or subverts it. So this week's idiom is curiosity killed the cat, and your 90 seconds, teams, starts now. Yeah, and of course, some people who shall remain nameless, Dan Morris, said like, oh, you shouldn't have this 90 seconds. It's kind of like it's an invitation for dead air. But I like the banter that we have sometimes. Depends on the comedians how banterish they are. But it's also an excuse for me to just sort of ramble maniacally on different things. And in the absence of banter, I can go and I was recording an episode of our podcast, Comedians on Technology, People and Drugs, yesterday, of which 3 out of 4 of the current comedians have been on, and of course we're going to get the 4th one eventually. But so I was talking to a Bulgarian comedian last night who is called Dimitar Ilchev, and that episode out soon, and he was talking about it'd be really important to keep your ego in check. And I was like, do you really have to go to the Czech Republic? I mean, couldn't I have my ego, in Slovakia or other Eastern European countries? I mean, I was excited about that little wordplay there, keeping my ego in check, because my ego is bigger than the known universe. My claim to fame. Well, I'm busy trying to distract the comedians with my top level comedy. But they're locked in. I can see from the look in their eyes, like wrestling with those jokes. And yeah, it's coming in 3, 2. Yes, we've had that wonderful AI orgasm there of music, and it is. Thanks for the laugh, appreciate it. It's time to go to the teams and discover what they've done with our exciting idiom. So, shall we go to Amalia and Willow first? What have you got for us?
Molly, you go first.
Sure, yes. So Willow and I each will present our own line. So mine is curiosity killed the cat. I am the curiosity.
Mm.
Behind Amalia's sort of very sweet and lovely image is actually a bloody murderer,
Of
it
cats.
seems.
Mm.
Yeah.
Watch out.
It's
Moggies.
worryingly sinister.
Mine is curiosity killed the cat. So NASA decided to send it to Mars to teach it a lesson.
Mm. Nah, there you go. Yeah,
Also sinister. You guys don't like cats, do you?
a lot of little cat. Well, not just that was a.
I do love cats, honestly.
I don't like cats, and I don't like murderous AI rovers.
Oh.
Okay. Mm. There we go. Sydney and Sam, what are your offerings?
Sam,
Um,
you can go.
mine isn't an AI orgasm, unfortunately. I've had to use my brain, Sam. Is that all right?
Okay, if you insist.
It's an organic one. Okay. I said curiosity killed the cat. Maybe the nosy little shit should have learned its lesson the first 8 times.
Indeed, the nine lives, the nine lives. Yes, crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
And Sydney?
Well, I'm definitely not going to win your bonus point, Sam, because this is just a true story, which is a cat once wandered into my flat without me noticing. There can't be many more dangerous things than sneaking into a blind woman's flat and making yourself comfy on the sofa. Curiosity really did nearly kill that cat.
Wow, there you go.
Absolutely true
Autobiographical.
story.
Fantastic, fantastic. Good offerings. Well, and just yeah, I mean, the way to, as people have said before, oh, Sam, you're giving bonus points because you think your jokes are so great. No, not at all. I mean, it's like a device. It's just if one can thematically match them up, it's kind of like a bonus win. But I don't think anybody matched me thematically. So I'm just going to mention my offering as a cover for my deliberations about who wins this round. My one, I'll go with this one. I really wondered what the small round button did, but turned out that curiosity really killed the cat scam.
You're on the sinister side as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think,
Well,
in all fairness, as much as it is a true story, Sydney, and not at all your fault, you're saying you nearly did kill a cat yourself. So I think
Yeah,
that
touche.
it's a sinister proverb or idiom, really. I think so.
Yeah, fair.
Indeed so. There's darkness. There's darkness within all of us. Yes, there we go. Well, I think we're going to give that round to Sam and Sydney. What 1-0? I love the offerings. I mean, some people get really wrapped up in the scores. I mean, was it last week that we had what was it? Yeah, it was Jude and Rosie took the they ended up losing, but I gave them the moral victory. So I mean, it's like you're all here because I think you're fantastically funny, and we have this points thing to entertain the listeners. So blame them, not me. Okay, moving on to round 2 is 3 random words, and in this round, each team will get 1 noun, 1 verb, and 1 adjective, and all 3 must appear naturally in the joke. So the 3 words are they are trampoline, accuse, and invisible. And your 90 seconds starts now. And I will groove to the AI music. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll mention, another of my random thoughts is I was thinking about Couch to 5K. I don't know if people are familiar with the Couch to 5K thing has got very popular recently, and I've been I was spending a lot of time on the couch thinking I should really do that, and over a series of weeks and months, I gradually built up through different events to a really big Edinburgh festival, and now I'm 5K in debt. So Sam,
I like it. Stop distracting me, Sam.
Sorry.
It's very distracting.
It's fine. I'll let you speak on your own podcast. We'll allow that.
Yes, indeed. I'm trying to distract you, and of course, it's great. As I say to many of my audiences, which are often filled with comedians, please do laugh at my punchlines if you want to get booked again. And so, really appreciate the effort. But I was just that came to me the other day. The Couch to 5K was the park run thing.
Right, I like it.
I'm doing an Edinburgh show, and I mean, of course, 5 million in debt. But there we go. Right, time for round 2. Let's swap the order. I think Sam and Sydney, your offerings first, please.
You go,
You can
Sam.
go first, Sydney. Oh, shall I go first?
Oh, we're being so British about this.
I'll go first. My neighbour accused me of spying on her and her husband yesterday, but I didn't know what I was looking at either. They either had an invisible trampoline or they were having the most acrobatic sex I'd ever seen in my life. And that is based on a true story my cousin told me when she was perhaps too young to know better.
Very good. Very good. Sydney?
Okay. Um, when my best friend was accused of hogging the trampoline, I stuck up for her and said, just because you can't see her invisible friends doesn't mean they're not there. Otherwise, I could just be talking to myself right now.
We both drew on our real life experiences in that,
I
wasn't
know.
it, Sydney? Unfortunately, it was my cousin's real life experience, not mine. But anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
that didn't happen to me, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Great storytelling there. Yeah. Amalia?
A second. Okay, yeah. Heatwave has been accused of causing additional burden to parents in Wales. When the temperature rises, trampolines can start acting differently. It can increase the chance of awkward landings. I believe this is the time to give our children an invisible parachute.
Very good. Very good. Willow?
I bought some exercise equipment from eBay recently to help with my invisible illness. When they accused me of not paying them, I said, "You just sold me a trampoline. Of course the check's going to bounce."
Very good. These Eastern Europeans, they keep on bouncing up and down, and they get so brilliant, brilliant. Good stuff, good stuff. Yes, so let's look at my offering. I don't think anybody matched over on the sort of thematic type there. My offering here is apparently it was my placement of the invisible trampoline that led the judges to accuse me of sabotaging the limbo contest. Well done, laugh. Really, you simulated very, very realistic laughs there, and I appreciate that. Fantastic. Yeah, I think this round, I think Willow and Amalia have got it. It's tied up at 1-1. Well done, teams. Let's move on to round three. The twist and shout, twist and shout. Where the host, that's me, will give a setup, right? And the teams need to invent the punchline. And for those of us new to comedy, the setup is that bit that comes usually at the beginning. And the punchline is when, basically someone hits you after you've stolen their cocaine. I don't know. The comedy is really competitive. But anyway, again, the simulated laughs there, the AI laughs, these comedians, well, they've programmed their AI to simulate fantastically realistic laughs. But so, Sam, focus, stay on target. The setup that you need to find a punchline for is my driving instructor suddenly asked me to pull over, and your 90 seconds starts now. And now it was my time to try and, run interference, distract the comedians, and this is these four are very, very high level comedians operating, they're usually multitasking, they're coming up with jokes, they've got people, sort of throwing tomatoes at them. It's like, oh, that sounds wrong. But, what are these days? It's like AI simulated tomatoes, but it's like, what's it, resistance training. You've got to try and, imagine that I'm like sort of not really a heckler, but sort of like a side. I'm like the strange devil on your shoulder talking about random bollocks. But, well, for example, it turns out that I'm actually a robot. I'm actually, I got a certificate in the mail. I just failed Google's capture thing too many times. Yeah.
I knew it.
That's see, what I'm doing here is I'm going through bits of I've got this Google Doc where I have beginnings of jokes. Jokes is a strong word, but I was thinking that I was busy trying to get this. What was it? I was put in a queue to a website the other day, and it said you're in a queue for the website, and you had to do this capture, but then it was now wait. I was like, what? It's like I'm waiting. It's like it said you are 10th in line for the website. Dun, 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 and there was playing music like this. It made me think, yes, if you fail enough of these captures, you actually get to become a celebrity.
The funny thing about that, Sam, is I have used technology to solve those captures many times.
Well, you are very technologically advanced, and we love you for it, Sydney.
Oh, no, you don't.
Okay, I think this time it's Amalia and Willow. Should we have Willow? You're offering first.
My driving instructor suddenly asked me to pull over. I said, "It's a bit warm to put a jumper on right now."
Very good, very good. Double meaning on pull over. Amalia?
My driving instructor suddenly asked me to pull over. I said, "Mom, it's a motorway."
Very good, very good. Switching switching the person there. Sam.
My driving instructor suddenly asked me to pull over. Apparently, you're meant to stop when one of the passengers rings the bell.
Very good, very good. And another misdirection. Sydney.
My driving instructor suddenly asked me to pull over because she decided she wanted to live past the next hour.
Oh, choose life. Choose life. Brilliant, brilliant.
Exactly.
Oh, strong showings this round. Just to cover my deliberations, I'll give you my offering is my driving instructor suddenly asked me to pull over a complex block and tackle system to raise his car out of the canal I'd driven into. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Yes. Oh, this is the tricky one. Everybody on form there. I think oh gosh. I think I'm going to give this one to Sam and Sydney. It's so tight. It's so tight. You guys are making this really difficult for me. Moving on though to round 4, which is reverse engineering. Bit of a flip of the previous, where the host, that's me, gives the punchline first. So we have the punchline first, and then the teams need to invent the funniest setup. So the punchline this time is, which is why the goose now has diplomatic immunity. And your 90 seconds starts now.
Do we get booked again if we say your music is more annoying than Countdown?
I mean, like you're also great. I'm going to book you. I'm really looking forward to having you all in person for the live show. But hopefully by the time we get on live TV, there'll somehow be some budget to pay for some alternative music.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But I was, this is version 2. You should have heard the first one was really awful. What was I going? Something else there. It's Oh yes. Oh, that was well. And so like the AI's involvement in the podcast, is not. I would say to the listeners, all 4 of the contestants today, I believe, are not AIs. I think they're all real as far as I can tell. Although who knows if I'm being like vished. This is this new video phishing. It's like some kind of scam where comedians approach you and like build an entire personality and everything, and like spend years going to open mics, like to sort of like then, I don't know, make you laugh. But the what was I going to say? Oh, that's right. Yes, is this? I do have AIs helping me with creating the challenges, and I was reflecting how this one was a bit samey with the now the squirrel has legal representation. So I feel I'm going to have to like slap the AIs around a bit and get them a bit more, something like that. But still, it is 3, 2, 1. Yes.
Can I just say, I really wish I'd been on the one with the squirrel getting legal representation, because there was a brilliant story in the local. I'm based in Brighton, and in the Argus, there was a squirrel that had hopped a train.
Oh, really?
And and part of the article actually said the squirrel had to be removed because it didn't have a ticket.
Oh, that would have been a great build
It
up
would.
to that.
I was going to say, what type of rail card would that come under? Like,
Nuts.
Well, it reminds me that there was a pigeon on the tube the other day, and it's I was thinking, how did he tap in? But yeah, good show. Well, I've forgotten that. Oh, whose turn is it? I think it might be Sam and Sydney to go first. Sydney, that's a great story, and I'm sure you would have smashed it on that episode 2 or whatever it was. What about your reverse engineering story?
Well, yeah, that one would have been a lot better than this one. All I've got for this one is I took the phrase wild goose chase a little too literally, which is why the goose now has diplomatic immunity.
Very good, very good. Yes, I'm kicking myself for not getting wild goose chase in my list of, as I was doing my spider diagram for this. It's like,
Well, so am I, because that would have given me a point.
Indeed so. Going on to Sam. Great name, by the way. Go on.
A Canadian flight has been intercepted over American airspace, which is why the goose now has diplomatic immunity.
Very good. Canadian airspace. Fantastic. Like Canada Dry. Willow?
a new foreign representative has been appointed by the UK government. The job was originally going to former MP Michael Gove, but an unfortunate typo was made, which is why the goose now has diplomatic immunity.
Brilliant. Very
Oh,
good.
that's good.
Yes, I like that. Excellent. Amalia?
So this is what I got. Millions of migrants fly to the UK from the Arctic and Northern Europe in the autumn in October. This might potentially be a huge shock for the Home Office. which is why the goose now has diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, very good. Very strong. Very strong. Excellent. Yes, yes. Well, I think I know which way this is going. Just before we get there, nobody matching the kind of me thematically. Yeah, my setup was I thought they asked me to take a gander. Oh, I'm going to start that again. I thought they asked me to take a gander to the ambassador's party, and which is why the goose now has diplomatic immunity.
That was part of my although I've not got the I didn't sort of write it down or anything when I was sort of going through mentally like the list of things to do with geese. I was thinking, gander.
Yes.
I was going to do something about a new bill was passed,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't actually write that down. That was just all in my head.
But what could have been, but to make up for it, I mean, and not to make up for it, because I think it was very strong, both from Willow and Amalia. Not that Sam and Sydney's weren't also strong, but yeah, I really enjoyed the the sort of the political shenanigans that they had.
I feel like the way that you're treating each of the teams in this, you're the diplomat today, because you're sort of being
true.
very, very sort of making sure we all get.
You are kind of alternating.
Complimented. Yeah,
we're not complaining.
Right. Yeah, well, I think it's partly because Jude and Rosie took their loss so like so intensely last week. Although I think for comedic effect, I hope. I mean, they're not talking to me now. So anyway, yeah, got to be the diplomat. Brilliant. Well, the scores are tied at 2-2, and it's time for round 5, joke rescue. That's when the host, that's me, presents a genuinely terrible joke, and you say, "Well, aren't all the things you've presented so far genuinely terrible jokes?" It's like, okay, this is one isn't written by me, and in this case, the joke is, I wasn't originally going to get a brain transplant, but then I changed my mind. And in this round, the teams have to rewrite that joke into something that's actually funny. I mean, it's partially funny. I mean, it's got something going on there, but it's it's like a joke. It's something from a joke book in the 1980s, which is probably where it came from. But yeah, so teams, your 90 seconds starts now. But yeah, so like, if we're short of banter and going for other of my random thoughts, I've kind of realised that ultimately that we're all bald under our hair. I mean, some might say that I'm the odd one out here and the person who's not having as much going on upstairs, whether it is brain or in his hair. But it's like in the same way we're all naked under our clothes, we're all bald under our hair, aren't we? Really, deep down, we're all the same. We're all bald. You'll say no, that's just you. I mean, I do have like some. I mean, basically, I just cut my hair very short, because that makes my bald patch, said it, like not stand out. But it is still a little bit of hair, and then of course I have a beard, that kind of makes it.
I'm not gonna lie; these sort of like stream of consciousness sections sound like someone that has just had a brain transplant.
Oh, there we go. Little cross callback there. It's good stuff. Yes. If you had a brain transplant, wouldn't it be a body transplant? Where does your consciousness exist? These are the questions that need answering on podcasts such as not necessarily this one, but there's all the other podcast, which I should know the name of it because I started it, which is Comedian Technology. Brilliant. So yes, that little drug overdose there brings us into well, I guess, is it the end of Joke Rescue? It will be the end in a minute after we've had the comedian's suggestions. I think it is Amalia and Willow to go first. Willow, do you want to kick us off with the Joke Rescue?
I wasn't originally going to get a brain transplant, but my doctor said I could get it moved to my bottom half so I could think on my feet.
Very good. Very good. Amalia?
I wasn't originally going to get a brain transplant, but Trump donated his to me.
That explains why on our call recently you sort of started by going, "Okay, we need to write jokes. Let's write some jokes."
Oh, very, very good Trump there. It's almost, I was like shocked from it. I thought
that was not a good Trump. That was poor.
Better than my Trump, I'll tell you. Which is not hard. Going on to Sam.
Well, I was originally going to get a drain. Shall I try and say that correctly, Sam? I might need the brain transplant. I
Or
was
the tongue
originally going to, yeah, I did well for a different night. I was originally going to get a brain transplant to help with my dyslexia, and then I changed my mind. In the end, I went with a Brian transplant. Now, Sam, I don't know. Are we meant to be improving the jokes?
I think that's the idea. That's the
Oh,
idea.
right, okay.
Things can only get better.
Well, unless you give them to me, but I'll thank you for the opportunity, Sam. But yeah,
I mean, I like that because I have to say I didn't see it coming. I was kind of
Just
like,
'cause-
okay, there's dyslexia going on there, and I was sort of like, oh, where's that? And I thought you'd just sort of stopped, and all you'd done is you'd added a statement about dyslexia in the middle, and I thought, well, it's an important point, well made. But then we had a Brian transplant, and I was like,
know.
oh, boom!
that comes from
Yeah.
a
It was a
personal pain
curveball.
point because I always struggled with spelling growing up, and brain and Brian was one of the struggles for me growing up. So I've
Yeah.
worked it out through comedy, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and of course, we must all remember that great Monty Python film, Life of Brain.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Love
Good.
that movie.
Good stuff. Sydney?
Okay, I literally came up with this in the last second, so
Ooh.
it's I'm flying by what's left of my brain. I was asked if I wanted to be taller or to get a new brain and fingers that never tire. What's my name again?
Now, is that makes me think it's about there's a song lyric? Is that
You thinking of Blink 182's "Was My Age
I-
Again"?
yes, right. But
Yeah.
I guess with your one there, it's like I feel like that was very clever and went over our heads.
Yeah, the silence it hurt me deeply.
I know. Oh yes, I think we were
The best jokes are the ones you have to explain, right?
yeah. Well, and then this is the thing. I mean, we've had some great explanations on the. Would you do us the honor of explaining the joke?
Well, I can't remember my name, so I obviously had the brain transplant.
Okay. Right.
I feel like Sydney, we might play to woke audiences enough to know that sometimes jokes don't get laughs; they get those like clicks. Like, yeah, I agree with this. It's,
It's like the poetry recitals.
I,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
I actually took inspiration from that from Stuart Francis. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And his joke, fairy godmother once asked me if I wanted a long memory or a long penis. I forget my response. That was my inspiration for that one.
Very good.
Which his is much better, obviously. I am not a one-liner comedian.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have written it within 90 seconds, to be fair.
That's true.
So-
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Credit for going.
I'll take
going
that.
last one you've created there. So as I deliberate, just to give you my version, and I'm just trying to reassemble it here because I've only done the punchline. Yes, I wasn't originally going to get a brain transplant, but then I realized that all vegetation identifies as both genders. Rock and roll. Okay, yeah, guys, you would definitely. I mean, the genuine laughter going on there is going to book you straight into the first TV episode that we do of this.
I was really just thinking, don't tell that joke in Brighton. But yeah, I'll ruin it.
Yeah,
Not a
whatever.
vegetable crowd.
Whatever you need to do to stimulate laughter at my jokes is very much appreciated. So yeah, I think that round is going to go to Willow and Amalia. So that's it's 2-3. There's still everything to play for. We are halfway through. It's time for round 6, category chaos, and the host, that's me, announces a category, and the category is weddings, and you must tell a joke involving weddings, and your 90 seconds starts now. Yeah, so I'm just looking through my list of like random comedy thoughts, which previously would have been done a lot in virtual reality. The virtual I used to do twice a week, like 45 minutes comedy booby traps in virtual reality. But yeah, the life has been leaking out of the virtual reality universe. Zuckerberg, I think, has pivoted to AI, and I've switched over to this part of actually Joke Wranglers. I've sort of like taken the time that I would have been putting into the virtual reality, and I'm sticking it into Joke Wranglers. But so my random comedy booby trap thoughts now have they have to bubble up here for some reason. Yeah, and then so this one is really I've just I have these identical twin boys. That's my info and testicles. No, actually, I've got the 17-year-old boys, and they just really seem to struggle with what I would seem to be a simple thing about how food in the fridge, right? The rule is if it's the last thing, it's the last one, the last on a bagel or whatever, don't eat it without asking anybody else. But they really struggle with this. They just always, it's like they either see they're only on eat or not eat. And I feel like I've got to like maybe like draw a flow chart on the front of the fridge, the decision-making process about how to like when to ask. Because I do want them to eat the food. I just don't want them to eat the last bit of food.
I was only half listening, and I heard testicles and fridge.
Yeah, they do need to be cool. They need to be cool. I mean, this is,
Oh,
the strange thing about testicles is like it's obviously like really dangerous to have them hanging down. I mean, witness the chimps stealing each other's. Those chimps, they basically rip each other's testicles off when they're not happy, and so it's like you would have thought that would be a huge evolutionary disadvantage. But apparently, keeping them dangling and cool is actually so good for making babies that many people do.
Can I just ask? Is that definitely because they're not happy, or are they just way ahead of us when it comes to gender affirming care?
Quite possibly. Yep. They may be just more advanced than we can. We're not advanced enough to understand.
They just get on with it.
They do. It's, indeed so. Well, you heard it here for first, folks. The chimpanzees, they're the ones in getting ahead. So, category chaos, weddings. I think let's go with Sydney. What's your offering on the wedding front?
all right. I mean, I'm not even sure if this is a joke or just a rant because it's completely true.
Sure.
But yeah, let's go with it. So basically, I have way too big a phobia of commitment to even think about a wedding. But I have been trying to improve on my running speed. So maybe all I need is for someone to say "till death to us part" to finally beat my personal best.
Very good.
Thank you.
And Sam?
Well, me and Sydney, we're not really writing jokes. We're just ranting for this stage because I recently went to a wedding, and before that, I think it must have been 2 months before that, I was invited to the stag do, which was exciting. And the man who organised the whole thing, the man who was getting married, the stag, didn't even turn up to the stag do. And he said, "Oh, sorry guys, I'm not going to come because I've got a really bad anxiety flare up." And we thought that has to be the most 2026 excuse for an incredibly backward and archaic tradition that is a stag do. And we were a little bit concerned, right? Because my friend was going through a bit of a health episode, and he said he's going to come. So then we were like, "Oh, okay, good. He's going to come eventually." He said, "But he's going to bring his fiance to help him through it." And we said, "It's all right, mate. You stay at home." Because a stag do is not where mental health issues should be addressed. It's where they're normally created. And I think it's best we just leave it there and I never speak to that friend again.
There we go. Very good.
A similar thing, actually, funnily enough, a similar thing happened to me because a friend of mine, after I came out as non-binary, decided to have, instead of having me choose whether I wanted to go to the stag or the hen, they had like a joint one. So the bride and her friends would be wearing T-shirts that said hen, and the groom and his friends would wear T-shirts that said stag. And I thought I'd get a T-shirt that said like STEM or something, but I was in an all bar one wearing a T-shirt with hag written on it, which was fun.
I mean, that is the best T-shirt, surely, out of the two.
Yeah, I don't even need to buy a cocktail because I've brought my cauldron, so it's all good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Is that that's excellent? Is that your offering?
No, that's not actually. That's part of my set, and I felt like I've got quite a bit of stuff about weddings in a lot of my stuff, but I didn't want to just sort of use that, so I've written an original one.
Oh yeah,
instead.
Go right ahead.
A new rule is set to come into action, allowing couples to get married in any location they choose. Lidl is planning to let couples walk down the aisle.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Yes, I must say, just because we rolled straight from Sam's into yours, I was going to say I really enjoyed the stag do is where mental health issues are created. That was I think that was really strong there as well. But also down the aisle in Lidl, brilliant. Amalia.
My friend's wedding is boring. She brought her side of her big family. Her husband brought his entire side of his big family. Everyone knows each other very well. Ah, that's what it's like to marry your cousin.
Very good. Well, all very strong there, making my life difficult for me. I'll have to have an extra long deliberation and copy what Willow did, because I indeed have one. I mean, in my new Edinburgh show, I have a thing where I talk about Japanese wedding factories, which I don't know if you've been to Japan or tried to get married in Japan, but they have this like they'll do like 150 couples a day, like sort of a production line, and they have the makeup stations and the pre-party and the time in the chapel, and then they'll have their after party and then the adultery room and then the divorce court. 150 couples all done and divorced every day. Yeah, a lot of other audiences have really laughed at that, but thanks. Yeah, I understand. It was a lot. It was a lot to take out of context of my real show, but that's obviously not my offering. That's just from my set. I've got another little sort of like story thing. Is actually when I got married, I had to translate for my Japanese father-in-law during his speech at my wedding. I came off rather well. There we go. I've still got our tape.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Fantastic. I think there. I'm going to give that to. I've forgotten which order round I'm doing there. I think I'm Willow and Amalia. They're starting to a little bit of daylight there. Willow and Amalia are ahead 4-2. But there still are 3 rounds to go. No one has got any bonus points, but it's everything to play for. Round 7 is wrong answers only. That's when the host, that's me, asks a question, and the teams deliberately produce the most ridiculous explanation. And the question this week is, why do zebras have stripes? And your time, teams, starts now. Yeah, so the next thing on my list here that I've got is being on alert, not looking too much at boobs. And this is, I often feel like I'm often struggling with this. I'm a huge fan of boobs. I mean, they're great, aren't they? It's
yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. Boobs are great, and it's. And I think there's breastfeeding, and then later on it becomes more complicated. But yeah, it's sort of like you just gotta like trying to like not be distracted by boobs is quite hard work. I find. I don't know if anybody else finds that. It's just but it's rude to stare, but you find yourself sort of corner of your eye. It's like I'm trying not to look, and then of course if you're tired or exhausted or what have you, it's a bit like accidentally picking your nose, which you should do as well. But like sometimes you're tired and exhausted, and I feel like there should be some comedy value in there somewhere. But I keep coming back to the topic, but no one ever laughs, and I just think everybody feels uncomfortable. So really, why I keep writing it down? I don't know. It's just because I love thinking about boobs. But there you go. The next thing I've got written down is check out personality. And I don't remember what that means. Oh, that's right. I think I mentioned it last week. It was about discovering that my favourite self-checkout till had a personality setting. Frantic. Repeat from last week. Okay, well, I think I've run out of exciting things to say in the distract the team moment. Maybe as a result, everything will get better from here. But it is time for wrong answers only. Let's start off with Amalia. Why do zebras have stripes?
Why do zebras have stripes? So we remember not to milk them.
Very good. Willow?
Why do zebras have stripes? So they're easy to scan at Tesco.
Very good. Sam?
Well, the zebras, their first choice wasn't actually stripes. Unfortunately, they were all the better options were nabbed by Pat Butcher. But zebras are actually innately insecure about their masculinity. That's why they originally opted for polka dots, but that was too flamboyant and already nicked by Damien Hirst, so they had to move on.
Very good. I mean, I could tell by other people laughing that was very, very good. I mean, I know who Damien Hirst is. I'm not sure who Pat Butcher is.
She is East, and she famously wears leopard prints.
Oh, okay. I think
constantly
I do.
Head to toe in animal prints.
Is she the one? She's sort of like older, larger woman with like sort of bright blonde hair. Is that?
Yeah, probably.
The giant hoop earrings, right? That's the Pat Butcher thing as well.
Yeah.
Heavy makeup and blue eyeshadow, and yeah.
Right.
Sam hasn't noticed her clothing because he's too busy looking at her boobs, apparently. But
that is often the problem. I rarely see anything else. And it's all, I don't watch TV anymore, but I can go back into the 1980s when I was addicted to television, and I think she was on then. I did watch EastEnders at the beginning,
and she would have been in full probably cheetah at the time, I assume.
I imagine so. Yeah, it's again. I was just looking at her boobs. Going on to Sydney.
Well, I'd just like to say, Sam, if I was going to be a real dick about this, I could say this was a very visual question to pose to me, and it put me at a sincere disadvantage. I'm not going to hold it against you. So what I came up with, why do zebras have stripes? Because they always hoped the Dalmatians movies would be about them, but they potted the wrong ball.
Uh,
And I had to I genuinely, AI did not write that, but I checked it with AI to be like, does this work? Like, is it true that Dalmatians have spots? And I think pool balls have spots and stripes. And the AI said, and I quote, that is a wonderfully absurd piece of logic.
Brilliant.
Complimented my punchline. There you go.
AI verified. Yes, absolutely. It seems like my job is under risk from AI. There'll be AIs judging teams of comedians very soon. And what will I do? I'll be roaming the streets like I always used to. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to Sydney holding a zebra against me at some point. That sounds exciting. But yeah, while we're thinking about that image, I should probably just do my answer to the question, why do zebras have stripes? Which I don't think anybody came close to. My answer is sadomasochism in the bedroom. I mean, okay. Yeah, there's like some giggles, some and yeah, I mean, I actually had the whole series of these. It's like just valor in the face of the enemy because they love officers' uniforms, because they love modern rock. So White Stripes reference. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see where to cross the road, and they just love garage rock. Yeah, so I was just full of exciting.
I also wrote down because their greatest ambition was to be a crossing, but that's.
There you go. Well, I think that well. I kind of want to give you a bonus point, but it wasn't in your first one there, and I've already revealed my full set there. So let's go. I think this round I'm going to give that to, but I'm going to give it to Sydney and Sam, and so they are crawling back into contention. Is 3-4, so Amalia and Willow with 4, and Sydney and Sam with 3, and there's still everything to play for. It is time for round 8, historical rewrite, in which the host. I know, that's me. Gives a famous historical event, and the teams will have to describe press reports as if it happened today. The event this time is the Great Fire of London, and teams, your 90 seconds starts now. Yeah, so I think I've used up all the comedy thoughts from the week, and I do think partly it's because I'm working really hard at work. There are less comedy thoughts burbling out. Like, I think I remember like 5 years ago when I really started into the comedy journey, and every time I have a shower, there'd be like, all comedy thoughts. And I took to keeping my phone in the bathroom in order to be able to write down quickly all the comedy thoughts that came up in the shower. And now in the shower, I'm more like, margin, finance, all like software management, and I'm working so hard that the comedy thoughts have been squeezed out, or maybe just all the comedy thoughts have been pretty much squeezed out, and there's nothing left. And my phone doesn't work because it's waterlogged, but that's another story. Got other notes here actually, which are to do with they're kind of like, I don't know if everybody else has this. They're busy adding their comedy thoughts to the top of a Google Doc, and I have like instructions and suggestions to myself, like, should I go back to my earlier fix there? Accept what you're feeling right now. Enunciate. And then, can you observe yourself and your discomfort at things? ? Thank you for everything. I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever. And finally, if you have an opinion, avoid BBC reciting. Stop telling jokes. Just a little insight into the wild world of Sam. Teams, I think it's probably Sydney to go first this time. Yeah, Sydney, what's your press report on the Great Fire of London?
Okay, my press report is, it's believed that the fire started while the baker was distracted by TikTok. They say he was scrolling right up to the moment of his death.
Indeed, a very common problem. Indeed,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've basically had half my brain on TikTok the whole way through the show. I haven't got ADHD. I just need everybody to be more interesting and engaging, and then I'll focus. Sam, what's your offering?
The Great Fire of London, initially believed to have been caused by a cheap vape battery. Can you hear me, Sam?
I can, yeah. Cheap vape battery.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay. However, recent reports are now blaming a local bakery, which for their safety is being kept anonymous. People led to believe it was the notorious Greg's the Baker. However, experts say due to its Zone 1 location, it's now believed to be a Gales. The fire started in a Sam, this is going to go on for too long, but I'm going to keep going, Sam.
Yeah, go. We're enjoying it. You keep going.
The fire started in a street in Soho, Pull Your Pudding Lane. Somehow, not the hottest thing to happen in a night in Soho. Scientists say that the global warming may have been a factor in the rapid spread of the blaze, an unexpected consequence of the hosepipe ban.
There we go.
I might have written a full article there accidentally.
Yeah, but I think a job in journalism awaits. Willow.
A great fire ravaged through London today, destroying £500 million of Waitrose produce, a loaf of bread. The store was toast.
Oh.
Oh, very good. Very good. Wheels within wheels. Amalia?
The Great Fire of London was arguably the greatest tragedy of its time. It started at a 7-bedroom shared flat in central London. One of the residents lost her voice due to heat wave, and she couldn't ask Alexa to turn off the oven.
Very good. Very good. Oh, brilliant. Yes. And I'll just give you my offering on the Great Fire of London is bakery gets revenge on customers for not using the tongs. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Yes. Well, I mean, I really loved the Alexa one there. So I think that's
good.
That's Amalia and Willow to return their 2-point buffer. It's 5-3, but there are still 2 rounds, and of course there are bonus points to go for. It's time for round 9, News Flash, in which we have a headline, and the teams have to write a late night style one-liner. So the headline this time is that scientists invent socks that can never go missing. And teams, your 90 seconds starts now. Yeah, and I guess I have to go to my press releases about my show. That's not very interesting.
Sam, there's no music.
Yeah, there is.
Really?
Yeah, where are you?
Oh dear. Oh, just ignore me. Okay.
Was that you noticing the music for the first time, Sam?
No, I don't have any music right now. Could everyone else hear music?
Yeah, it's quite quiet, but
It's there.
Wow. Okay.
That's interesting.
How selective.
I love how, like, in one way you could say, "Oh, that's fortunate because it means that you've got more ability to focus on this." But we're just using up the time talking about how you can't hear the music.
Just means Sam is reading his notes even louder, but that's okay.
You're on some kind of parallel plane here.
Well, and I think I know why. I think it's basically that when I share my screen, because you have to share the screen in Zoom to share the audio from the computer. But I think Sam was on his mobile, and then he came in afterwards, and so he hasn't had the joy.
Oh, I can hear it now, Sam. I'm fiddling around on Zoom, and I'm not paying attention. That's why it's come back now. I can hear it. I might turn it off again, actually.
Fair enough.
Sam, is this an exercise for you to be our human ChatGPT to write jokes for you? Are you going to be stealing these jokes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, I will only be stealing inspiration.
I'll only be stealing the ones he understood.
I'm
Knocks out a couple of mine.
I'm looking forward to your Great Fire of London bit in your show about Japanese culture.
Yeah.
Well, this is also, if we were just having like a writing circle and it wasn't recorded and going out on Spotify, then, my ability to steal them, but that's one of the benefits of doing it and actually publishing it is, of course, it gets attributed to you.
Of course, some accountability. Wow, wonderful.
Yeah, indeed. Well, of course, you dangerous overlap in our names there, so people could get confused. But anyway, well, it is. Newsflash: scientists invent socks that can never go missing. Let's go to Willow. What was your offering here?
Scientists invent socks that can never go missing. One member of the team said, "Now that's finally solved. We can go back to trying to cure cancer."
Very good, Amalia.
Scientists invent socks that can never go missing, but they only invent the left ones.
Deep. Interesting. Let's go to Sydney.
Scientists invent socks that can never go missing. Now they're just dreading looking like my dad in sandal season.
Very good, Sydney. And Sam?
Scientists invent socks that can never go missing, an achievement that is being praised across Parliament as the result is believed to affect both left and right. They questioned their progress with footwear in general, and they said they're working one step at a time.
Very good.
But Sam, the same group are in the early stages of developing burglar-proof glass, but they haven't made a breakthrough yet.
Brilliant. The gift that keeps on giving. I'm sorry, I keep jumping in. Is there any more, Sam?
That is, thank God, that's it, Sam. That's it.
I know. I loved every minute of it. Brilliant. So I'll have to.
Bonus point for the extra joke, surely.
Well,
The unrelenting
let's
jokes, yeah.
unrelenting jokeness. Let's see if any of them have hit my mark. I've got
I don't
scientists.
think mine would.
Well, you never know. Cancer is a great comedy topic that does come up in some of my sets sometimes. But no. Scientists invent socks that can never go missing after Trump says immigrants raided his underwear drawer. Very good simulation of laughter on your part. I really appreciate the effort going in there. Yeah, well, I think the point has to go there to Sam and Sydney. So it is now 4-5. There's only 1 point separating the teams, and we're coming into the final round, 6 degrees of separation, where we start with one concept and we finish with another, and the joke must somehow connect them. And I think some people take this 6 degrees of separation. You got to go through 6 concepts from one to the other. Not necessarily, I think as many steps as is comedically sensible for you. But yeah, so you need to start with ketchup and finish with the Eiffel Tower. And teams, your 90 seconds starts now. I have found one extra thought, a bonus thought, which is probably going to go into I've got this plan for an Edinburgh show in 2 years' time. Which is going to be, big focus on kids and family. And I know one of the things with kids, I know everybody else has got kids trapped in the basement or anyway, but I've got these kids in my house for some reason. Why they can't get them out. But the weird thing is that kids change size when you put them in the oven. No, that's right. The kids change size, and my other friends stay the same size. Like I've had friends for 10, 20, 30 years, and they're pretty much the same size as when I met them. I mean, some of them, when we met as kids, they may have changed size, but I was changing size at the same time. So that we were always roughly the same size. So like all my experience of all the other people in my life has generally been, that they were either, they were basically about the same size, or in the case of my parents, getting smaller as I got bigger. But it's so weird with kids because, you have these kids and they start out quite small. And they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And in my case, my kids they're all taller than me now. It's just strange. It really is the weirdest thing. It's it does what it says on the tin, but yeah, you get very excited about that kind of joke. Surely, my Edinburgh shows. I think that's a thought, not a joke. Anyway, here we are with 6 degrees of separation. Let's go straight in with Sam. What's your offering?
Yeah, so I've actually been to the Eiffel Tower, and I don't know if you guys have seen, you can actually eat up there, like you can eat at the very peak. And while I was having my meal, I accidentally knocked a bottle of ketchup off the edge, and I was very nervous about getting in trouble. But luckily for me, the police were unable to identify the source of the problem.
Very good, very good, excellent. Reverse, very good. You didn't Eiffel Tower came before.
Technically, I've just realised I didn't actually do what you told me to do there, Sam.
But sometimes in comedy you got to break the rules. You got to break the rules.
Exactly.
So
or listen in the first place. But yeah, that's good.
It was a good offering. But I'll take that into account as we move on and see what other people have done. Sydney.
Okay. Having sight loss just provides too much temptation for some people to mess with me. Like when my friend tried to put ketchup on a piece of cake that was in my hand, hoping I wouldn't notice. I can give as good as I get, though. Once, I went to the top of the Eiffel Tower just to drop blobs of ketchup on random people's heads, just for the hell of it.
Ooh, yes, you show them, Sydney. Brilliant. Willow.
Ketchup is often used in films to look like blood. It's for the same reason that lots of movies are shot in Blackpool, if they don't have the budget to really film the Eiffel Tower.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. And Amalia?
British love self-explanatory words. Ketchup is often called tomato sauce. I wonder if they'd call Eiffel Tower a giant iron web.
A giant iron web.
Yeah, iron.
Ah, yes. Very good. Very good. Okay, yes. Well, and so my offering as I deliberate over those is my partner wanted to experiment in the bedroom with this new position, catch up. I was like, can't we still just stick with our old faithful, the Eiffel Tower?
Okay.
Call back to previous episodes when the Eiffel Tower was a sex position. Yeah, rock and roll, rock and roll. Okay, there we go. Well, so shall we have, yeah, I think that Sam and Sydney have tied that up to 5-all, which gets us, I think, for the first time, it's 5-all. It's sudden death round. I'm going to give the teams basically 90 seconds to. Do we have to have? We've never done this before. It's never been a complete tie. You've all done extremely well. I guess what I should be doing is we should get. Let me find a random challenge for the team if I can do that.
You were not prepared for a tiebreak, were you?
No, tiebreak. I'm going to say, can I have a random comedy challenge and see what the AI gods
Oh God.
come up for us? It's like so. We'll take it out of the way here. No, no. There we go. Okay. All right. We've got to pick a profession and a topic. And okay, so basically the profession is pirate and the topic is Wi-Fi troubleshooting. Okay, is everybody clear on that? It's pirates and Wi-Fi troubleshooting, and I can't see any of you. And your 90 seconds in this tiebreak round start now. And actually, I'm going to not talk, and I have to write my own quickly. What was it? Okay, yeah, I think I've got something there. Brilliant. Okay. Yep, I'm pleased with my little thing there. The only other thought is, of course, about sort of Napoleon cosplay. I'm trying to work this thing into my set at the moment, which is all about kind of an obsession with like the Battle of Waterloo. I guess the Napoleonic Wars, but then it's difficult from like it's called Napoleonic Wars, but then you want to mention Napoleon, and you need because like World War II, obviously very different from Hitler, so you can use the World War II, but you need a different name. You can talk about the Peninsular War, which was the British, and they were fighting in Spain and Portugal, but not enough people know it, and it's really hard being a comedian trying to do 1800s comedy. All right. Wow, it's the first time we've had a bonus round, and I don't know about you folks. I'm excited, a little bit scared. But let's go to Willow for a joke on pirates and Wi-Fi troubleshooting.
Captain Hook had issues connecting to the Wi-Fi, but like all pirates, he had a patch ready.
Brilliant. Very good. Very good. Amalia.
During the golden age of piracy, an estimated 96% of pirates were unmarried. I guess they were busy troubleshooting.
Very good. Very good. Sam?
The pirates had got lost at sea. They called tech support and they were advised to reboot the shipping router.
Very good. And Sydney?
I am too busy fixing everyone else's Wi-Fi troubles to take up my true calling, pirate with 2 eye patches.
Very, very good. Yes, yes. Well, I will just deliberate over that with saying, the pirates never have trouble remembering their Wi-Fi password. It's always our my hearties. There we go. Brilliant. Well, it was all very strong, but I think Sam and Sydney are going to pip that there. I'm going to declare Sam and Sydney the winners, but I think Willow and Amalia have the moral victory. So we're all victors. all round, whatever that means. I want everybody to be happy. Please like me. Please like me. Don't. Oh no! I want everybody to be happy.
You just called us immoral. I'm not sure how.
I know. Oh, did I? Oh no! Oh my goodness.
Take it.
Embarrassment. Oh, gosh, anxiety. I'm so British. Anyway, folks, what did we have? We had an amazing show there. Thanks so much for everybody for participating and all of you listeners for joining in at home. I'm sorry we couldn't hear your. I mean, there were the people down the street screaming out the. This is not being done live, but there were people outside screaming for some reason. Probably at like turn that bloody down. Got the windows open. Anyway, but yes, big congratulations to Sydney May and Sam White and Willow Marler and Amalia Fuadi for being wonderful guests on the show. And it's time for promotion. So if we just go around, starting with Sydney, have you got any upcoming shows or places that people should be following you?
I've got a lot. I've literally just posted an upcoming show thing on my Instagram. So follow me on there at the Sydney_May. But yeah, I may not be in Edinburgh this August, but actually I've got a few things going on. There's some fun gigs coming up.
Brilliant. We'll get your link there in the show notes. Sam?
Yeah.
I'm Sam White, comedy across the internet, and I run a weekly open mic. Actually, let's just call it a comedy show. Why not? I run a weekly comedy show in Waterloo, Central London, Zone 1. Yeah, come on down.
Brilliant. Willow?
I'm willow.comedy on TikTok and Instagram, and will be at Edinburgh this year with my show Chat LGBT. We're on between the 11th and 16th of August at Coco Boho at 5:15 in the evening. And ticket link will be in the description, I'm sure, or you can find it on, like I say, willow.comedy on Instagram or TikTok.
Brilliant. And Amalia?
Hello, my name is Amalia. I am on Instagram, malika.mal, malika.maal. Give me a follow.
Brilliant, fantastic. And my name's Sam Joseph, and I'm in Edinburgh from the 20th to the 30th with my show, I Think I'm Turning Japanese. I really think so. 9:05 in the Caves, and look forward to seeing people there. Actually, I've also got an Edinburgh preview Thursday week at the Museum of Comedy. That's August 13th at 7 p.m. And links to all those things in the show notes. Big thanks to our guests. That's been Joke Wranglers. Please do follow us on Spotify. Try and get onto Apple Podcasts. Hopefully you can give us stars there, and comments and stuff on Spotify. But do follow us, because that's what gets us into more people's brains. We love brains. See you again next week for more jokes, going through more mangles. Once again, huge thanks to our participants today: Sydney May, Sam White, Willow Marler, and Amalia Fuadi.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Thank you
us.
very much.
Sam. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.